Namaste, beloved family. Let it be love now. We are love now. Love is the supreme power of all powers. Love is casted out of this world. Was casted. Because love is that power. No darkness cannot stand in the presence of love and light. That's the reality. That's why it was kept out and sealed, and humanity tricked with mind and ego and separation to cast love out, and kept through ages that love is out. So in this world there is a belief that love is weak, and this is belief portrayed by darkness and presented to us by darkness, by dark forces who fear love. And that's why they had to label that love is worthless, so society rob itself of love. So those of you who know me for years, you know me, I never feared darkness. Never feared darkness. You go many years, you will find 3 years ago articles with same content like this. Just like this. Just maybe here, more deeper now. Nicer. I never felt fear darkness. Duality I ended when I went to India. This is 2007. Somewhere that time. Because before, as being born in being raised by a fanatic Catholic Christian grandmother, and really being all my life in Christianity, as I was over 20 years old, I just didn't anymore, something didn't seem right to me. How can God have opposition? I said, God is the source of everything. This was my glimpses back then, even because I was studying, and because also I'm a very spiritually open person. I felt Jesus, I felt this, I felt that, I felt whatever I read, whatever I heard, I dived deep in young age. But then I just felt how God has no position. God cannot have no position. God is the source of everything. And I started researching, and I came across to the Vedas. I am the source of darkness and light. There is nothing separated of me. Everything works for me, and by my will. In the absence of their consciousness, even is written there. Even if they think they oppose me, they are part of my plan. Nothing is separated of me, that I am. And that, when I read in the Upanishads, I felt, yes, God is source of everything. God is source of everything. And then I went to India shortly after and really dived deep. So I was kept away from all this duality long ago. And in India, I was diving deep in Buddhism. First in Hare Krishna, yes, in religion and like this. Then when I left in Buddhism and Hinduism, I mean with that spiritual schools that you dive deep. And also Tantra. And there, with Tantrics, there I lost all the fear of darkness. Because their practice is to face it, to face the demons, to face everything, because they believe, as I know it is. Nothing can attack you dark from outside, as long when you are pure inside, nothing happens. But as long as there's darkness and 3D inside of you, there are reflections, demons, and all these things reminding you, and all the situations and attacks and everything, that you have still kingdom within to purify of darkness. And this is Tantrics, they dive deep. Many fall, because if you dive deep in darkness, you can stay there. So at that point, I decided to face everything dark, face my own darkness, face darkness everywhere, with no fear, lose fear and everything. And this is intense shadow work that they do, but I realized that in very early, they have no power. And maybe I'm autistic and innocent. I just wanted to see what it is. You know, I had no fear. I knew God protects me. As I walk in the valley of shadow of death, evil fears me, for I'm lost. So I had no fear. I just wanted to face the darkness within me and outside of me, and laugh in its face. They lose power. And so even back 2009, like this, 2010, I feared no more darkness, and I felt darkness fears me. This was my training, because here also my higher self and everything. One time, like Rumi said, you have to know darkness very well. Otherwise you get fooled by darkness, dressed in light, if you don't know them. Because this is what they do most. They are best at that. Or if you know them, if you feel them, if you really went deep and done your work from within, release the darkness. You know darkness is God knows darkness, the purpose and everything, and has no power anymore. So everyone knows, even years ago when all these attacks and everything was going on, much more than now. Now people are going more crazy. Or I don't know, maybe there's still much attacks. I just don't feel them. Everybody who knows me, everybody, they was shocked. Why you don't use protection for this? Why I don't use protection for this? Why this? And everybody who came to me telling darkness attacking, give me some protection, give me this, I say, you are the protection. You don't need no protection. You have to lose the faith in darkness. You have to lose the belief that they have power. Because this is the truth. It is illusion. It is shadow. It's not real. It's robbed of love. And how can it have any power? When we rob ourselves of love, you understand? When we have more faith in darkness, in the shadows, and in all these illusions, than in love, then we declare we have no faith in God. In power of God, we have no faith. By our consciousness, by our vibration, we declare we have more faith in this illusion. And with fear, we open the door. And then yes, illusion that has no power whatsoever in the presence of your love and light, then has all the power over you. But we do it. Because we have to understand, when we believe in the power of darkness and all these dark illusions and all the attacks and everything, and when we fear it, we automatically pluck out faith in God, faith in love, faith in our heart, faith in light. And we declare faith in the illusions. And that's why illusion has power, because of our free will decision and fear to believe and focus and empower it. That's another thing. That thing, if you have this, you will stay long in the clutches of dark attacks and all these things, because you don't put, it's like Jesus said, oh, you weak faith. I'm putting faith there in illusions that have no power. I know, I face them. And I know why I face them, because later in my dreams, I had to go to places. I have to go to places and completely with no fear, whatever is there. And that's why I went through such training, to fear, to realize, God wanted me to realize darkness has no power, that love is the power, source is the power, God is the power, you are the power. And that all these illusions and everything what I feared to face are just illusions. And on the end I laughed. And demons don't laugh anymore. They laugh only when you don't laugh, when you fear. When you laugh, they go away. Because this is when you love and laugh like this. I know. One time, 2 years ago, I said to one girl, I fear no darkness, I said. No darkness better than they know themselves. So they don't fool me. Dressed in the light. And she said, yes, Kalki has to deal with a lot of shit. I don't. I laugh at them. I laugh at the energy it comes. I laugh at everything. I laugh. I don't. And I really never, even in past years, I never feared. But I lost duality very early. So I had no opposition, no fighting. I just understand what it is. It's the portion of source that is consuming itself, the parasite on itself. You know, that's what they are, but they are part of source. And with a purpose in this world. You understand what purpose is. It scares you, it fears you, it attacks you until you realize it has no power. And in my experience, always, every dark attack, every encounter, everything of that nature only made me fly higher and lose more fear and never again have to face this because I pass it. I laugh at its face. You know. You have to stop believing in it, stop empowering and stop fearing it, because as I said, as you do that, you automatically declare no faith in the reality, in source, in light, in love. In love, actually, darkness and light unites, and there is only love. It's transmuted, integrated, opposites united. So this is another point somebody can say, how you say this? Okay, I don't fear, but they still attack, they like this. Well, you believe still them and you still kind of fear, but there is another thing, kingdom is within. And this is the most important point. There is no enemy. There is, so if somebody religious and 4D and like this, they cannot listen to this. Because this is non-dual source wisdom. Neutral. Somebody is much in duality, in 4D wars and this mentality, this is not video for them. So, because the reality is kingdom is within, there's no enemy outside of you. Ego is the Satan, the devil. Heart is God, love. And we are facing so much darkness in our lives that it is within us still. And that's why it takes some time. Somebody can say, I stopped fearing, I stopped this, but it's still happening. Well, take some time, take faith, take focus on love, take some time to release fear, and the just logical understanding, scientific. As much as there are shadows within us, as long as we don't release it, heal it, all the patterns and everything, there will be reflections outside. Like this. Like it said in the Vedas, everything has divine purpose, everything serves that I am, by the will of that I am, unknowingly or knowingly. This is my realization also, because everyone, as you are attacked by darkness and all these things, it's very awful. Yes. But it makes you strong. So on the end, just that encounters and that shit, dark shit, makes you lose the fear and belief in it. And then they lose power. So actually, as I see it, like Krishna, as I see it, they are actually fooled. They actually think they are against this plan and against everything, but they actually are that catalyzer that pushes you up. You know, that was always my experience. Face it, lose fear, win it, cross the level, rise higher. And they have no power. Until on the end, you have no more problems with any of such energy. My dreams, comedy, whatever is happening, it's all just show. You're afraid it's over. Have to be understanding that there's no demons, only illusions, and these illusions have to be removed with love, no hate, no anger, playing polo. That's why I have this rider playing polo, because it's a game. But you cannot enter such dreams if you have fear. Then you're over, you're finished. State of no fear, state of love, and state of pure love. Where there's no fear and no belief in anything else than love, nothing can touch ever. And really you can walk in the valley of shadow of death and evil fears you, for you are love and comedy. No fear. When you lose fear, these illusions will be afraid. Just as 100 times more than you are afraid of darkness. When you realize what darkness is and just laugh it. And laugh it in its face. You will feel they fear you now. They don't want love. This is what they wanted to cast out. So when you get it, when you really get it, like sending them love doesn't feel nice to them. We are advised to send them love. But they don't like that. They are agitated and they really don't like that. But if somebody has this disease that you cannot taste sweet, you give them sweet and they taste bitter. And as more sweet, you're giving sweet, and on the end they are healed and they feel sweet. Same is with this. Demons. Love hurts them, burns them with the love that we send. But it will heal them. On the end they will realize it is sweet. That's my hope, my faith. So it's not that we please them when we send them love. Like we are advised by angels and ascended masters and all the guides, and to send them love, not hate. They won't hate. In these things they want. In these things you are in that reality. If you hate, fear, fight, this is the energy they love. This is what they feed on. It's like you know, pig is eating shit. You all eat shit. If you would bring to the pig something very nice, vegetable food, most delicious, and you put it next to the pile of shit, pig will go eat the shit. This beautiful meal, heavenly, is disgusting to a pig. You know, a pig will choose shit there, and all the leftovers mixed together. But it's the taste. That's how the dark creatures also have taste. They have no taste for love and light. They actually, like vampires, it burns them, but they have taste for hate, for fight. So they like this 4D mentality of fighting the darkness. They love it because in this way they get the only way they get fed, because the matrix of the earth, everything's changed. The only way they can fed is through the living beings now, human beings on this planet. And whatever light workers do, if we are in duality, if we fear, if we believe in this, God forbids we still fight, then because we have more power than other people, and they really get fed nicely. And you are stuck in that reality and that 4D illusion where darkness has so much power over you and you suffer in the war. Like if you enter like Kalki, if you entered with dreams with 5D state or above, anyway 5D is beginning. There's no suffering in such dream. There's no pain. There's no anger. There's no hate. It's just love, transcendentally doing what you have to do. But with love and understanding of that beings, that spirits, who they in reality are. They are also love, who forgotten love. And even when you are part of such dream work, it's not duality, it's not fighting, it's just doing work of love that has to be done with love to everybody who lost themselves like this. So, well, yeah, there comes a point and you no more fear darkness, darkness has no effect on you, and you can really do work on dark places with like nothing. It's everyone who comes to me and says they are attacked by darkness in this, I tell them the same. Shortly what I said here. You have to understand this is the reflection of the kingdom within also, it's a reflection outside as you ascend, as you work on yourself, as you let go of darkness, as you stop fearing and believing and empowering and fighting and all these things. You get healed and release these things quickly from you, and in the end darkness have no power anymore on you. And I never acknowledge, I always let everybody know it is your fate, your consciousness that makes this reality, and your state also, because it takes some time and gradually we rise, so we cannot just say you have no fate, that's why they attack you. No, we have to really go deep and understand it's a gradual process, but in a way that you stop fearing it, stop feeding it, stop fighting it, stop opposing it, and you focus on love and light and those who love, and that topics that are love, and you focus your consciousness on reality that are love. In this way, you are rising to that state of no fear and love, where darkness has no power and fears you. But if you are giving focus and belief and fear and you diving there, and then it takes long. So it's our choice. So yes, it's not, maybe if you are still under the influence of that things, if you now stop focusing and only focusing on love, and you are no more afraid anyway, you cannot lose fear just overnight, but you can do it gradually, and empowerment like such helps activation and everything, but you have to do it alone on yourself. So it takes some time to master it, but to know it, what's the goal, and to know that in reality darkness has no power. In reality, it's a reflection of darkness within us. In reality, how much we still have faith in 3D, in darkness, in and fear. That's much it affects us. When we know these things, and we know we have to do some work, shadow work, and gradually rise. We have to face it. When we know these things, it is done. Because we know what is the goal. We know, okay, I'm still in this illusion, but it's illusion. It's not real. I will focus on love, focus on source, focus on God, focus on angels who spread love, focus my consciousness on angelic realms, on source, on ascended masters, and I will do it the quickest way. I will not feed the fear and belief and illusion, but I will feed the truth, love, and light. That's the way. That's the truth. And in this way, I get free of all darkness within me and outside of me, in my life and within the kingdom within me, and in quickest way. That's why I don't give much. Always when this topic is, I don't give anything to set about protection, anything about this. I never did, everybody who knows me, because if I would start doing this and I would use this would give them signal that I believe in their power. So for years, long years, as I started this was done. If you asked me that time, I would say same thing, just like now. But now maybe with more power and more depth, more realization and strong realization that this is the truth. It cannot do nothing. You know, the example is Jesus and the devil also. He could only tempt him. Jesus not afraid. Jesus know he has no power. So he could only offer things. You know, you see, I'll give you that, I'll give you this. He could not scare him. He could not show him his power, so he just wanted to give him some of illusions of this world. He did not even try, no? To scare him or anything, because it's known. He is one with God, the Word of God. How can he be afraid? So I tried to tempt him and give him something of these illusions, because maybe he will like this more than this suffering that now he wants to destroy me with. I better destroy him with Maya, with gold and all these worldly things. No fear. No fear. So they don't even try. That's why I told to you 2 months ago that some crazy guy offered $2 million to me to join their brotherhood and to keep the secrets for those just who are ready. You know, they don't, even to me, they don't. They know I'm not afraid. And I was mocking him and then blocking him. I said, I'd rather go to the street. Who the fuck you think I am? You don't know who I am. You think you can buy me, huh? And many, if these people would approach you, many would shit their pants. Because these people are known to have power in the world. But they have no power and they know it. That's why they offer, when you reach some point, they only offer you Maya. Because also they are reading that some financial problems and like this and like this. They will not offer you anything until you are really enlightened. And then they will want you to, for themselves. And like this. And even then, they know they cannot scare anymore, master. They cannot spread this fear and everything, because anyway, 2 years ago, one idiot We had the Rothschild surname and some crowns and something like this. And he tagged me, and I don't even know I had this person on my. That time I accepted just everything like crazy. I just did not care. All the friend requests. Now I'm very selective. So I got this message that now time for punishment. This man tagged me, time for punishment, it's enough. I did not care, I just blocked him and knew the next moment everything is to be alright. And they are just afraid. I feel things. Even then I wrote them something similar to now. They only know to spread fear, because fear is the gate to hell. If you are afraid, you will lose love and faith in God, faith in everything, and fear is gate to hell, and then all the illusions can come true. So this is all what they had. But this was 2 years ago. Then they maybe knew I can still be afraid. Now they know. Now they just humbly ask for money. Not ask for money. That would be nice. I would not give them, but it would be nice if they could ask me for money. Then I'll give you all much money. And they would just ask. They wanted to give. But they wanted that. I was actually, I had no fear. I was actually mocking them and joking them. I told him, no problem, you can give this, but give unconditional donation, and I bless you with all the love and light. I told him, you just give unconditionally, no conditions, nothing. You just give me because I'm doing nice work and I bless you, so you become better like this. So he become agitated very much, and he knew that this is crazy guy, we cannot fuck. You have to lose the fear, and then you will see some things, Then you will see fear in those who are spreading fear in the world, and they have power in the world, and we are maybe playing flute and asking for donations on the internet to survive. But they have everything and all the power, and they will be afraid of you. Then, And it's an amazing feeling, because God is smiling, God is laughing, so what can you do than smile and laugh? Because they have no power. And that's why there is this parable in the Bible that God is laughing at their plans from the throne. And Krishna also. I'm like Krishna. Krishna, when he was small boy, he killed many demons, but he didn't understand this was demons. He just thought, oh, this is one wind demon coming. Oh, he wants to play with me. Oh, very nice. He will go, ooh, whirling in the sky, very beautiful. But then he started to playing rough and like this, and then Krishna just started playing rough, and he broke the toy. And then they dropped down, and Krishna was crying, Mama broke the toy. Ah! He did not. They were playing in the, And there was this 13-headed snake, dragon, that attacked and poisoned the holy river there. And, the snake was there, and Krishna decided I will dance on the heads, and he was dancing the most beautiful dance, and snake was going crazy there, but Krishna was enjoying himself dancing with this demon until he dropped down, because too much of dancing on his head to do. He just again he started to moving roughly, and then Krishna also started dancing roughly, and it had bad effect on the snake on the end. So like this, if you read the Krishna stories, these demons, Krishna thinks they are toys. And then he cries that he broke them, like this, You take this like, oh, it's a beautiful, going, playing, very nice. And he's waiting like he's coming, oh, beautiful. But then, why are you playing so rough? And then Krishna also playing so rough. You don't know. And then mother and father come, oh, thank you, oh God, oh. And Krishna is there just crying because he broke the toy. He doesn't cry because the demon abducted him. He's crying because he cannot play anymore with him. Like this, So this is in my heart. And this is, that's why they fear. This is how I see darkness, like some toys that forgot themselves and they had to become real ones. Like this. So you see, it's illusion, and you just have to start comedy. When I speak this, you feel it's real. It's not something I make it up or pretend. And I have no fear. I really laugh at them like this. But also, this story is very important of little Krishna, because its story is shown in this way that it shows you that they have no power, that they are actually just a small boy, which actually he was 1 year old, Krishna then, small baby, and they could not finish him. He finished them all in child play, like he didn't even fight, he was playing. And with the snake he was older, he could dance and like this. Then when he was right aged, then no more demon fightings. When he finished that, the little baby, no problem. Like this. So this story tells you it's a work for a little baby. They have no power, And it also shows you if you're innocent and pure, never afraid, always trusting in father and mother, and you will just take everything as a joke and play, and you will just come through everything because child is innocent. That's why I also know why I could do some training and these dreams and this work in dreams and everything to mess with, really, to deal with really not nice places and like this, because I'm innocent and pure, and I can say it because God knows. And I approach everything like this, no hate, no anger. I just understand everything how it is. God has no position. These are the forgotten particles of the source that are parasites on themselves, but they are part of the source, and now their time is over. Now their time is over. They served in the 3D matrix to provide the teaching and the experience and everything we needed. And now it's over. So now they don't change. They have to, by love, with love, they have to be removed. And with comedy and polo play and like this, and child play and just a joke, nothing else. So like this. You have to lose fear. You have to lose fear and serious belief what they can do, because actually love and the comedy, no fear, if you have no fear, you laugh at them, When you fear somebody, you'll not laugh at them and make these jokes like I did before. But when you know they have no power and they actually fear that what you are, then you can laugh as God laughs and as Krishna laughs. Archangel Michael laughs. Because these beings, these divine beings, like Kalki, I was speaking about Kalki all the time. Also, the rider, these beings, they don't hate darkness. They are not in duality. They do not really fight. They do not take these beings as enemies of God or anything like this. They know and realize the reality that God is the source of everything. Like it said, I'm the source of darkness and light. And darkness got separated from the light and it doesn't want to unite, then it has to get transmuted. And with love and respect for who they are inside, underneath the dark layers, same as we are. So these divine beings who are doing this work of removing the darkness and dark entities, they do not hate. They are actually doing with love in order to end this suffering for them and those who it hits. So even for these dark spirits and for others, the next experience is to be more of love. So it's actually They don't see enemies of God. They just see part of God that forgets himself. And they approach with compassion, no fear, no anger, no hate, understanding, just doing the work that has to be done this time. The 4D reality is much different. If you have 4D consciousness, then God has opposition, and there is this never-ending war, never-ending suffering, duality. Duality is actually darkness fighting light. It's 3D and 4D. From 5D you understand. And even if you have to write in the valley of shadow of death, you know God has no position, and even this darkness is part of God. And neutral, you approach everything. But you have chosen love, and you have chosen the highest. This is your choice, but you understand everything as it is, and you understand this reality is ending, and they have no place here anymore, and if they want to change, they have to be changed by other ways, like this. So, not only that you will lose the fear of darkness, but as long as they are dark, when you lose it and when you really become pure love of God, they will fear you. But at that point, they will not be able to scare you and not able to buy you, not able to do anything. So they are completely lost. They can threaten the nations with wars and anything, but to you, they cannot do nothing. That's why power of darkness is just, oh, you weak faith. I love to say this in Messenger when somebody too much believes in it and rambles about it. It's actually that weak faith. You know, putting our faith into illusion. Not believing in love, not being in love. And when we focus in illusion, believe in illusion, fear the illusion, we open the gate to hell and we enter the illusion to become our reality. That's why somebody can say, like somebody said to me, yes, you say that darkness has no power, but it has. I was just under the attack. I was just under this. I was just this. I was just this. I was just that. Yes. But you are now very afraid, and you are now declaring to me, at the same time when you say that what I said is not true, you are declaring to me that darkness has more power than God and love, and you fear it, and that's why, yes, it has power on you, and it affects you. Yes, this is your dimension, your truth, but it's not my truth, it's not my dimension. Is not this 4D, 3D reality. So you have to understand, if you want to keep this truth, then be convinced in this and convince masters in this, like some want to convince me, but I'm sorry. I done this over 12 years ago. I finished fearing in darkness, so now I will not start believing in that power anymore. Now not. Now I will try to empower everybody to lose the fear of darkness and to have all the focus and faith in love and be love. Where there is love, there is no darkness. For love is the gate to heaven, and fear is the gate to hell. Where there is no love, there is fear. Where there is love, where there is fear, there is no love. And when there's no fear, there's love. It's like this. They cannot coexist. Attachment is love replaced by fear and is opposite to love. Again, darkness. Fear of losing. It's not love. also. Where there is fear, there is no love. Where there is fear, darkness has power, because we have chosen darkness to have power by being afraid and believing in it. I repeat now for 3 times. And when somebody wants to free souls from that and empower and activate, it's utterly stupid and foolish to go to teach a master, hey, darkness has power because I was attacked. Duh! What can I do now? Nothing. I done my work. You have faith in darkness, so yes, it has power on you. I choose my fate higher. I choose my vibration higher when they cannot reach. But like I said, to come there is some light worker mentality to completely ignore the darkness. Somebody told me you are ignoring the darkness. You are, because somebody starts something dark, I stop it. I am ignoring the darkness, no. I have done my work years ago to face all the darkness and to get to know the darkness very well. So they cannot fool me. So now, as they have no power, I naturally ignore it. Naturally don't want to focus on it. Naturally don't want anything of these topics on any level. Because I have done and went through and realized and released and won it. Love has won within my kingdom. In past, maybe sometime, I believed in their power. Now I am in higher consciousness, in higher truth, and I'm not ignoring love. And that's my point here now. You have to do that work. If you ignore, I'm not ignoring because I crossed that level of facing it, getting to know all the shadows and illusions and darkness. So I know what it is, how it works. So I can unravel it and turn it into light, so they can never again fool me and I can never again be afraid. So naturally, on that state, I will no more focus on anything dark in my work. Much comedy and nonsense maybe, and controversy, shocking also, no problem, but no darkness. Sorry. I'm not ignoring, you just pass me, I have done. And if you feel I'm ignoring, you actually have to still do that work. It's not about me, I have done my work, I don't want anymore any part of these topics. But everyone has to face. He said, if you know the darkness well, you will never get fooled by them. You will know what is the light. And when the darkness will come dressed up in the light, you will know they are false light. But if not, if you don't know anything about darkness, it's just this conceived fear, no, I just focus on light, I just focus on this, but you have all this within and everything and you don't know nothing, and then what usually happens, the false lights come and they take you and you don't even know. And I see them, they take them, those who I love, and then they train them to hate me and they actually make them believe that I'm a demon. This is what happens. To many this happened. This is what happens if you don't do your shadow work. You are naive and everything. You don't know darkness, and then it can fool you so much that you will hate an angel on the end and dance with the devil thinking that you are dancing with God. That's why it's important to do the work, to face the darkness within, to really realize that's called shadow work, what it is, why it is, how it is. So in the end you know how to defeat it with love. Otherwise it fools you. Rest in the light. Otherwise it fools you. I know I've been in India and there was one great spiritual master. Very pure, very beautiful soul. Such energy in it. And there were coming one man. And he was speaking Vedas and speaking Vedas, Bhagavatam, and everything so beautiful, beautiful words, beautiful, everything, beautiful, everything. And all the disciples of that guru, they were so happy and so amazed with that man on the stage. And then as he left, that beautiful man, beautiful guru, he said to his disciples, now bring the cow dung and bring the kurkuma, turmeric, and purify this place where he sat. Immediately, purify everything. And they say, what? You are telling when demon comes, we give this cow dung and turmeric. Why? This is a holy man. Why you said? And he said, yes. You think. You don't know. You think. You think. Bring this and clean. He just said one more time. Nothing. He did not accuse him. He did not do nothing, but he let them know. This is not. This is only words and flattery, but within was not light. Within was something else, and everybody was fooled. Everybody in the room was fooled by that man. And the realized soul saw the reality. Did not accuse him, did not do anything, just like clean this. He did not say the demon is here. The disciple said, this is for when something is most dirty, most low, we have to purify like this. Why is holy man sitting there? He said, you think. He said, you think just one time. You think, yes, you think. You don't know, he said, you think. Bring this and do it, please. You will not get food when you're done. So yes, the most valuable information is that what I've given you now here. That darkness has no power. It's the basis of everything. It's illusion. It's the portion, shadow of the source, portion that eats itself, parasite of itself. Has no power whatsoever, and it's afraid of love and light. And that's why it keeps it out so much in this world. Kept it out, now it's over. This is most important information you can get. On the basis of this, you can nicely lose the fear and lose the belief in the and like this. What else to say? Don't get fooled by anyone. Don't trust me. Don't trust anyone. I'm not here to tell anybody that they have to accept me, that they have to believe what I say. Whatever resonates with you, you take. Whatever not, that parts don't. For whatever I do and whatever anyone do, feel everything with the heart. Feel everyone with the heart. Check with the higher guidance. I'm not here to say that I'm real. I'm just here to do my work, which God knows is real and I know it. But I'm not here to convince anybody about nothing. And anyone who tries to convince you that they are this and that, and you have to believe and you have to trust, then you have to be really alarmed. Because every true master will tell you this is end times. Many are deceivers, many are you feel, and as it in your heart, trust your heart. Don't trust your mind, don't think about things, but these things feel. And in your heart, you will know. And you trust yourself, trust your heart. Don't trust this man, don't trust any man. I'm just here to do my work. I'm not here to make anyone believe in me or anything or anyone to think that they have to listen to me or whatever, or that I have the ultimate ascension truth. And it is the ultimate truth of many truths, and many have this truth. Many have this truth, many are speaking this truth. But the truth is, truth will not convince you. You have to accept the truth, realize the truth, and become truth yourself. Then you know. And then you can see a master. Only then, when you are ascended and enlightened, then you can be sure about others. Like I'm sure now just by feeling. But I'm neutral to those to whom I feel that they are not who they say they are. Because I understand God is to judge. I'm here to love and spread love and light, not fight, not accuse, not judge, nothing. It's not my work. My work is to spread love. If I would do that, then given names of those that I see that are not what they say they are, then I would be for everything against what I spoke. I'm here to spread love, to spread higher truth that is to help us to get free of fear and darkness. So that anyway, what they do, whatever they do, it's no problem. At that point, they will have no power over you anymore, and this is my job. My work is to teach enlightenment, to teach ascension, to teach how to release, to teach all these things, how to become as above, so be love, pure love, and no fear of this world. So, I'm not here to expose the darkness. I'm here to empower everyone to become the bulletproof vest for darkness, which is love. Resistant to all the darkness, love. To become the power of all powers, love. Which darkness has no power in the presence of the power of love that you are. That's what I'm here to assist with enlightenment of humanity. Any level I can do to make us real, to get free of darkness, free of fear, free of everything this low. My truth is very high, it's coming from the source, but I don't want you to trust it. I want you to receive the answer within you, if it's true or not. And if it's yes, then you are so much welcome to my art. Darkness dressed in light tries to convince you, then you have to follow them, and if you go away from them, something is wrong, and like this, many tricks. But light and love sets you free, because God, you answer to God, and God is responsible for us all. Not me, not anyone. I'm just here to give my love to those who want to receive freely. I'm love. And I'm open to receive every donation and every love and everything. Giving, we receive. So I dive deep again, spoke of things I didn't want to speak, forgot to speak of things I wanted to speak. Usually it's like that. So be blessed. Have no fear. Love is now here. You are that love. Focus on love always. Let the fear go. Be love. And eventually, gradually, all the darkness is to be released from you, and it will have no more power over you, and many of you, it has no power over you anymore. You know the truth, I'm speaking now. You are the truth, I'm speaking now. So, be blessed, always as I am. Darkness has no power, they are just silly illusion, and they make me laugh. They are not laughing. More I laugh, more they are crying. Be blessed as I am. Have no fear. Love is now here, and you are that love. And love is the supreme power of all the power. In the presence of love that you are, no power has no any power over you. That's the word. Amen. It's done. Namaste. Namaste.